subscribe, click the bell, and turn on all notifications. The one-stop destination for all WWE and AEW. Sean's View Entertainment.
The rumors, the news, the debacles, the headlines we are going to cover in this video, and make sure to like this video, make sure to comment, and remember, when you subscribe to this channel, you will be noticed and recognized in the description of this video. We're going to be talking about the WWE being very aware that they have too many 40-plus-year-old wrestlers on the main roster. WWE reportedly had issues with Bray Wyatt's weight, and sources claim Bray was being difficult. Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch. Will a one-off match, a one-on-one match happen between those two? Tony Khan interested in talking to Bray Wyatt at the right time. And, ladies and gentlemen, we got a monumental update on The Rock and Roman Reigns and Survivor Series. And, as it concerns Roman Reigns' WWE Universal Championship run. We're going to get right into it. We're going to jump right into it. Again, viewers, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and leave your opinions and your comments on this video, because you are what matters to the brash and the brazen. Now, on today's Wrestling Observer Radio, there was a discussion about WWE looking to push younger talent. Because remember, there was a rumor that went out about WWE not wanting talent. They wanted talent, 30 and younger, or even below 30. You know what I'm saying? It was reported several weeks ago that the idea behind NXT 2.0 is to appeal to the younger demographic, because the previous version of NXT skewed to the fans that are over 50 years old. Now, that's something to me. That's something that really strikes me, because I thought the WWE's main audience that they wanted to target, their main audience that was watching, was between, was it 18 and to 49, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I thought that was the target. Dave Meltzer noted on the Wrestling Observer Radio that the WWE is well aware that their main roster has too many names over 40. Bobby Lashley, Bill Goldberg, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, Brock Lesnar, and several other top stars are well over 40 years old. But over the last few weeks, it's clear that there is a push in NXT to groom wrestlers for the future, because Vince McMahon wants people who could potentially headline WrestleMania. They are very much aware, far more than just aware, Meltzer said. They are very much keen on the idea that they got a lot of 40-year-olds on the main roster, and that's one of the reasons why NXT has changed so much. They feel that they got to get some guys in their 20s and get them ready for the main roster. They are aware, and it's not like they are in denial. I think they are blaming the old, whatever it is. The fact is that the NXT is loaded with guys in their 30s. And, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that is an issue, because when you don't develop, when you don't grow, when you don't breed the next talent, because, and here's the thing, the WWE always having to rely on a Randy Orton, having John Cena having to come back, having an Edge having to come back. And again, the guys that we've seen over and over, a guy like Brock Lesnar. Now, if you're going to utilize Brock Lesnar, why are you going to only have him appear 4 or 5 times a year? You see, that's the thing I don't understand. And with ratings plummeting, why doesn't Vince McMahon utilize a Brock Lesnar a lot more? But no, in my opinion, you do got to look towards the future. Because you ain't got no Austin, you ain't got no Rock, you ain't got no DX, you ain't got no Shawn Michaels, you ain't got no Undertaker, who was a locker room leader. So there's a lot of different variables that go into this thing, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, it's so supreme to make sure to like, share, and comment, and subscribe to this video and to this channel right now for around the clock. I don't stop rumors and news in WWE. Now, apparently, an NXT superstar is going to be receiving a Vince McMahon-ordered makeover. Cameron Grimes is reportedly set for a makeover on the NXT 2.0 brand. This week's NXT 2.0 featured a backstage segment where Grimes asked Waller how he easily landed a date with a random woman backstage. Waller suggested he clean up his look, shave his chest, and fix his appearance. So it looks like, we could see that's the thing, though. If they're going to make him into a muscular dude, a built-up dude, that's all good and well, but we have enough of those guys already. You got the guys like a Randy Orton. You got the guys like a Brock Lesnar. Matt Riddle's in great shape. AJ Styles is in phenomenal shape. I just hope that they don't make him into your regular WWE pattern superstar. You know what I'm saying? But that could very well happen. And again, Bray Wyatt reportedly had issues in the lead-up to his WWE release. There were supposedly multiple issues, according to Wrestling Inc., leading up to the release of Bray Wyatt. It was noted by the Mat Men podcast how Wyatt was being a little difficult in the lead-up to his release, and that he had performance issues in the ring as well as issues with his weight. It was also said that Wyatt just wasn't happy. Now, I thought Bray Wyatt had lost weight. I thought he got into better shape. I thought he was hitting the weights. I thought he was hitting the gym. And that's a problem with, like a guy like that's been one of the, big complaints like a Jim Cornette to Kevin Owens. Oh, his weight. But you look at a guy like back in the day, Yokozuna, Bam Bam Bigelow. They were well over 300 pounds, both of them. I think Yokozuna weighed in at, 450, 500. Bam Bam Bigelow was around 350, 360, maybe 400 at one point. But these guys moved around the ring like they were cruiserweights. These guys were able to bounce around the ring. They were able to move. They were able to, quicken the pace. Sure, the pace was slowed down because they were bigger guys. But I thought Bray Wyatt was getting in better shape. I thought he was equipped. I thought Bray Wyatt was doing what he was supposed to do, but maybe the WWE just didn't like his appearance. And we all know that WWE did this with another NXT star back in the day, and I can't really remember his name, but I know they had an issue with his body type and his appearance, so they switched it up. So that's what happened there. And Scorpio Sky has signed an AEW extension, guys. And in from there, viewers, Adam Cole has detailed how WWE dealt with his contract extension and his departure. And the backstage update on The Rock appearing at WWE Survivor Series and The Rock versus Roman Reigns. It's looking like the former WWE champion Dwayne The Rock Johnson's Survivor Series status is the following. He will not, and again, things could change, plans could change, but it does not look like he will be appearing at the 2021 Survivor Series pay-per-view, but the WWE is still planning to celebrate his 25th anniversary. In an update, it was recently reported that NBC is scheduled to begin filming Season 2 of Young Rock in Australia. It was reported earlier this year that WWE did have plans for The Rock to appear live at the Survivor Series in New York to celebrate 25 years since his WWE debut, which came at the 1996 Survivor Series, held at Madison Square Garden in New York City. It was believed that the Survivor Series appearance would also serve as the next move-in feud between The Rock and WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, the set of a match between the two at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas. So it doesn't look like, in regards to the match between The Rock and Roman, it was noted that the focus was shifted to doing the match at WrestleMania 39 in 2023. There are people in WWE who are said to be adamant that The Rock versus Reigns match happens in Los Angeles and not Dallas next year. And again, I just don't think that we're going to really see The Rock in a pattern. I was lucky to see him. I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to see The Rock return in a once-in-a-lifetime tag team match with John Cena at Madison Square Garden in New York City for the Survivor Series back in 2011. I was lucky and fortunate enough to witness that, but it just seems like every year we hear about it. Oh, The Rock is going to go against Roman Reigns. We're going to get it. It's going to happen. It's going to materialize. And then all of a sudden it doesn't happen. It doesn't materialize. And then we get let down and we're all excited. We're all amped up. It seems like when The Rock comes back, of course he brings up the ratings, he brings up the buy rates, the ticket sales. But the fact of the matter is, it seems like The Rock is a dangerment to himself, as he seems to be very injury prone. When he comes back, he had those couple matches with John Cena. He was injured, he was hurt in those matches, and obviously the WWE and The Rock. It's very vital because The Rock has to go back to Hollywood and he has to answer to Hollywood on why he was injured and why he can't make another movie. But the thing about it is The Rock is the biggest Hollywood actor. I don't even know why The Rock would even, the guy's got so much money and he loves it. He keeps doing these movies because he loves it. There's been some movies that were awesome and great, some movies that were subpar, some movies that The Rock made that was mediocre. And then there were some movies that were top of the line. But in my opinion, The Rock was his best in the WWE as a performer, as an entertainer, as a wrestler. Listen, there's some movies that I've watched by The Rock, and for the most part, they have been good. The Rock has sold out the movie theaters. The Rock is the biggest name in Hollywood right now. But the fact of the matter is I just wish The Rock would have never left. But The Rock had to do what The Rock had to do. I'm not going to be selfish. The Rock had to do what The Rock had to do. And, it's now, viewers, now we move on to the main course of the video here on the Brash and the Brazen, where we keep it prolific, consistent, and dedicated. Remember, it's so important to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn that bell on and turn on all notifications. As it concerns the run of Roman Reigns, his championship run, it doesn't seem like it's going to be ending anytime soon. It does not look like that this is going to manifest where Roman Reigns loses the title on an episode of SmackDown, or it doesn't even look like he will be losing the title at Crown Jewel to Brock Lesnar, as their WWE is setting up a number of matches between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. But ladies and gentlemen, right now in an update, according to the websites, the dirt sheets, and the newsletters, as it concerns Roman Reigns and his Universal Championship plans, Like I said, right now, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't appear as if WWE are going to take that title off of Roman Reigns anytime soon. And as a matter of fact, it looks like at Crown Jewel, and again, things could change. WWE could go in a different direction, as we always know. So don't take this as gospel. But the word is right now is that if we're looking for Roman Reigns to drop that championship, well, then you got another thing coming, because it looks like that some of his matches could end in a disqualification. Some of his matches could end in trickery, foolery, like we saw with Finn Balor, a screwy finish, so to speak, to keep that title around Roman Reigns, because right now it doesn't seem like it. And again, Roman Reigns is moving the needle, because Roman Reigns is so much needed that they had to have Roman Reigns come to Monday Night Raw in New York in a few weeks or in a couple of months' time to sell tickets and get the tickets going for Monday Night Raw in about a month or two or a couple of weeks, something like that. I think it was in the New York area. They weren't selling enough tickets. They said Roman Reigns' name, and automatically, bam, 200 more tickets were sold as soon as they announced Roman Reigns' name. So as you can see, Roman Reigns does add a lot to the WWE. Roman Reigns does add, that factor. And Roman Reigns is entertaining. And, yeah, sure, Roman Reigns isn't, all into being, the Roman Reigns of old, the Roman Reigns of the Shield. He ain't into that no more. What Roman Reigns is into right now is being the current reigning defending Universal Champion. What Roman Reigns is into right now is coming on here and being the workhorse. He has really taken that spot from John Cena. He has run with it, and he's doing great things. Roman Reigns is doing stellar things. Roman Reigns is doing the greatest work of his entire career. And right now, nobody is as big, and no one is as better, and no one is besting Roman Reigns. So why would the WWE want to take the title off of Roman Reigns? And as a matter of rumor, it looks as if Roman Reigns could go on a run that of a Bruno Sammartino or a Bob Backlund. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, remember when wrestlers back in the day could hold the title not for a few months, not for a few weeks, not for a year? These wrestlers, the Bob Backlunds of the world, the Bruno Sammartinos of the world, the Hulk Hogans of the world, they would hold the title 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I mean, they would go on years. Roman Reigns could be the first guy in years, in over 50 years, to hold the WWE title for years. Guys, what do you think about Roman Reigns holding the Universal Championship for years? Could it happen? Could it materialize? Do you see this thing going down? Do you think you could do you think you could buy Roman Reigns as a champion for not the next several weeks, not the next several months, but the next few years, the next couple of years? This title might not come off Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has a firm grip on that Universal Championship, and Roman Reigns, by God, looks good with it. He sells it. He's legitimate. He's credible, and Roman Reigns doesn't look like he's anywhere near going to hold that title. He's going to hold that title just like around his waist. He ain't going to hold it like this. Oh, no. Because right now he's holding the whole WWE like this. Roman Reigns now has the whole title. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. Yes, he does. And as a matter of fact, that's the same guy, Bray Wyatt, he defeated to win that Universal Championship in a match that had Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman in that same match. And listen to this. We got a bonus feature. We got an add-on that was asked by the viewers and the subscribers. That's why we're interactive. That's why we're all about fan participation here on SeanzView Entertainment. And again, viewers, I will bring up topics. I will bring up certain news and rumors on the show that you want me to talk about, that you want me to address. And this is the part of the show that you want, in my opinion, on a certain news article, whether it be a week old or a month old or very new or very old. You wanted my opinions on the news and the rumors, and that's what we're going to do. WWE, according to Ringside News, WWE actually thought of the possibility of splitting up, of breaking up WWE tag teams. They were going to break up every tag team on Raw and SmackDown, and they were going to split them. Can you imagine? Can you believe if the WWE would have went that route? Can you imagine what the WWE, their thought process at that time in that kind of way, viewers? What if we saw a team like the tag team champions? What would have happened to the tag team belts? Well, let's truth be told. The tag teams in WWE right now are not stellar. They are not unpredictable. They are not entertaining. I think tag team wrestling has kind of run its course in the WWE because you don't even have real credible teams. You don't have teams like back in the day, the Hart Foundation, the LOD, the Nasty Boys. Like I said, the British Bulldogs, DX, The Undertaker and Kane. You just don't have those great tag teams that formulate and look alike and, do double tandem moves. And it's, I don't know. It's just, and we could be here all day running down the greatest tag teams of all time: Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, the Dudley Boys. I mean, we could be here all day long. Right to Sensa, even Right to Sensa was a better, formidable team than half the teams we've got nowadays. But yeah, WWE wanted to split up most of the teams during the WWE draft, viewers. What would you thought about that? And again, viewers, your comments and your opinions here on Show and View Entertainment, where we discuss multiple topics, multiple news and rumors as it comes out. Show and View Entertainment, you're not going to have to wait hours or days or weeks. We're going to present the news and the rumors to you as it comes out, as it was meant to be and as it was supposed to be. This is the starter episode. This is the first time we've ever done something like this that's been this long in this way. Sure, we've done live streams, and oh, by the way, we are going to be returning to live streams. A lot of people asking, Sean, are we going to return to live streams? What's the deal? What's going on? Well, yes, that concept is going to return, but right now we're trying to build up the channel, and I hope you will watch, share, subscribe, like this video. Please turn that bell on and select all notifications, because Show and View Entertainment wants to last very, very long. And finally, AEW is building a library of content for future streaming partnership. And Tony Khan has a few bones to pick with wrestling Twitter. So we'll see what happens there, ladies and gentlemen. And the recent WWE roster releases, remember the roster releases that we were talking about? Like a Bray Wyatt, like a Braun Strowman, like a Buddy Murphy. I still can't get over all those releases. But now most of those guys are going to either to TNA, Impact Wrestling, or AEW. So at least they still have a home. But the recent WWE roster releases delayed the WWE 2K22 video game. So all that and more to settle the score on Show and View. Stay tuned for more rumors and news around the clock. We will never stop. Show and View Entertainment. Later. Your thoughts and your comments and your opinions.